You guys are totally gonna judge me for this, but before 2025, I hadn't read a book by a male author in years. As a female fantasy reader, it might be daunting sometimes to dip your toes into some of the Book Talk Bros faves, especially when you see some of their superiority complexes, but listen, there are some good ones, okay? So here are 4 fantasy authors that are guys that I think are still for the girlies and I love to recommend. Starting off strong with Kristoff. Kristoff might be one of the coolest authors I've discovered this year. Like, besides the fact that his storytelling is phenomenal, the books are grim, dark, and rich in plot, world building, and characters, Kristoff honestly just seems like he's a pretty genuine guy. I recently finished the Empire of the Vampire series, which I just thought was masterfully done. I think that the main character, Loki, reminds me of the author's image. It's full of French sarcasm and badass woman helping to save the world, which I always know the girlies appreciate. A little bit of an obvious answer is also Pierce Brown. Howler #1 is my favorite male author I've discovered in 2025 because Red Rising has solidified itself as a top 3 series for me. But I also think that Pierce Brown is for the girlies. Like, I think he's romantic deep down because whether there are women haunting this story's narratives or just being badasses helping along the way, I don't think that Darrow could do it without them. Then we have Christopher Paolini. I recommend his book so much that I don't even have all of my physical copies with me because the Eragon series is one very close to my heart. I reread it a few times since discovering it as like a teenager, and if you love dragons, you love epic adventures, also kind of fantasy vibes that give you Lord of the Ring vibes, you will definitely want to check out his Inheritance cycle. He also has a sci-fi series that I have not yet read, but Eragon is a favorite series of mine. It has fantastic world building, a deep, rich, interconnecting plot, also a wide cast of characters that really you can feel relatable to. There's also a female mind-speaking dragon who is just the greatest, very central to this plot, so if you are a girly looking to get into more high fantasy, definitely give this series and author a try. Finally, we have James Islington, or Islington? I'm not sure. Sorry. I will admit for this list, I know his books the least, but The Will of the Many was such a strong start to his series. I am really excited to learn more about his author brain. The Will of the Many is another high fantasy book that I feel like has it all in terms of like a great cast of characters with a highly intelligent main character who I love being in his head, unique magic system with games and trials. For the girlies that like using a little bit of their brain power when reading high fantasy, he's definitely an author to keep an eye on, but also to immerse yourself in some epic stories. Honorable mentions for male authors that are high on my TBR and will probably getting to in 2026 are John Gwynne, Brandon Sanderson, Ken Liu, and Matt Dinniman. But if I haven't yet mentioned any male authors that you think will align with my reading taste, make sure to let me know in the comments.